Okay, shall I now? So let us move to our next portion, that is what? Relative in what? 2D. So write the heading relative in 2D. Okay, now listen to me. So for relative motion, we need to at least two bodies. Yes or no? Either one is rest, or both are in motion, or both are accelerating, whatever the case is. But we need at least two bodies. One will be the observer and one will be the object. Yes or no? If I write like this, VAB, who is the observer? Yes, B is the observer. If I write like this, VBA, now who is the observer? A is the observer. Yes or no? And whenever we are considering this as the observer, it should be considered as at rest, na? Yes or no? Okay. Now consider and this is your north, this is your south, this is your east, and this is your west. Okay. Consider an object is moving towards east. If I ask you to mention the direction, consider an object is moving towards east with 10 meter per second. Then you will be writing like this, 10 meter per second in this direction. Yes or no? But if I ask you, one more body is moving in this direction. One more body, B, is moving in north of east. In what? North of east. And it is making an angle, let's say 60 degree. And it is moving with 10 meter per second. If I ask you to write, VB is moving with 10 meter per second at 60 degree towards north of east. कहाँ बनाओगे? Okay, you will be drawing in this quadrant, na? Are yes or no? Okay, so north of east, that is VB is moving in this direction, let's say with what? 10 meter per second. Where should I substitute 60 degree? Either should I substitute 60 degree here, or either should I substitute 60 degree here. Okay, why? अंदाजे पे नहीं चलता ना बेटा physics. Okay, now listen to me. Whenever they provide you the terms like this, north of east or south of east, west of north, whatever the words are, okay, they will provide you in this terminology. So whenever they provide you in this terminology, the second word, stand on that word. Okay, they are saying on east na. Okay, so stand on east. Let's say I am standing on what? East. Now move to the first word. Where is the first word? Towards what? North. So from east to move towards north with an angle what? 60 degree. Then I will be drawing like this. So east is here and I am moving in this direction. That means I have to move in this direction like this. So from east I am moving towards what? North. With how much? That is what? 60 degree. Are yes or no? Okay. If I ask you 30 degree from west of south. West of south. That means west is here, south is here. What is the second word? Second word? South is the word. Second word, na? West of south. Who is the second word? South is the second word, na? Moving towards what? West. That means you have to draw like this. In this direction, you should be moving what? 30 degrees. Are aaya kya bhai? Okay, very good. So let us come back to our question. And VB is moving with what? 10 meter per second and making an angle 60 degree. In which direction? North of east. And VA is moving towards what? East, and it is having a magnitude 10 meter per second. Yes or no? Okay. Now, if someone asks you, find out the relative velocity, its magnitude and its direction with or angle, then I will be writing like this. So I will do one, then next you have to do. So VAB is nothing but VA minus of VB. Who is the observer here? B is the observer. Okay. If B is the observer, what is VA? Where is VA moving? X-axis, Y-axis? X-axis in this direction. Positive, negative? Positive. That means over here that VA is what? 10 I cap. VA is moving in this direction. 10 I cap. Okay. Minus of. Now, VB is having components in both axes, x-axis as well as in y-axis. If I want to represent over here, then I will be writing like this. This becomes what? 10 cos of 60 degree, and in this direction it is be having a value 10 sine of 60 degree. Are yes or no? Cos 60 is 1 by 2. That means in this direction, can I say that it is having a velocity 5 meter per second, and in this direction it is having a velocity, and that means 5 root 3 meter per second. Are yes or no? Then how can I write VB? VB can be represented as phi I cap plus of 5 root 3 j cap. Are yes or no? Okay. Now solving this, then this becomes 10 I cap minus of 5 I cap minus of 5 root 3 j cap. Then VAB can be written as this becomes 5 I cap minus of 5 root 3 j cap. So this is the relative velocity in vector form. Are yes or no? If they ask you to calculate magnitude, we can calculate the magnitude. So VAB's magnitude can be represented like this: under the root of 5 square plus of 5 root 3 square. Then this becomes 25 and 5, 25 into 3, 75, 100. So under the root of 100, and that is nothing but 10 meter per second. So what is the magnitude of relative velocity? 10 meter per second. Are yes or no? Okay. Similarly, they can ask you calculate the angle. Then it is very easy to calculate that. Then tan of alpha is nothing but Vy upon Vx. And what is the value of Vy? That is what? Minus of 5 root 3 upon of phi. That means root 3, 60 degree. So alpha is 60 degrees. Are yes or no? Okay. Now represent this. Represent this. Then how to represent? Where is the relative velocity? Phi I cap minus of 5 root 3 j cap. This is the velocity which is seen by whom? B na. If I want to represent that, then how can I represent and where should I represent? Phi I cap, it is in positive. This one is having a positive value and this one is having a negative value. That means in this quadrant somewhere. With angle of how much? 60 degree. Are yes or no? So how to represent that? Then I will draw one more diagram like this. So this is the direction of what? VB. This is the direction of what? VA. But where VB is seeing, where the object is going according to B, that means phi and this minus of 5 root 3 in the negative side. That means I should be drawing like this, making an angle of how much? Minus 60 degrees. So this is what? 60 degree. Aaya kya? So at what speed it is moving? 10 meter per second. So this is your relative velocity. Okay. I got my point. So B is saying that A is not moving in this direction. According to B, A is moving in this direction. With how much velocity? 10 meter per second. Everyone? Okay. Now write down. अभी तुम लोग करो एक. And question is given like this. तुम बनाओ. I will tell the question. Body A is moving towards east 10 meter per second, and body B is moving with 10 root 2 meter per second, 10 root 2 meter per second. Making an angle 45 degree. Making an angle 45 degree. Making an angle 45 degree in north of west, towards north of west. Okay, chalo banao and represent the direction of what velocity according to B also. Now सबका आ गया ना? ओके ठीक है, चलो देखते हैं. So this is your east, north, south, and this is your west. Yes or no? Body A is moving in which direction? Towards east. So body A is moving in this direction by how much? 10 meter per second. So VA is moving in this direction. And VB is moving in which direction? North of west. Okay. So north of west or over here or south of कुछ भी बोलो, north of west तो बोलो 45 degree दिया ना. So either you substitute here 45 degree, either substitute here 45 degree is a standard angle. Okay. So, but remember that if the question is provided west of north, means you have to represent the angle from here. Okay. If the question is being provided north of west, that means you have to start measuring the angle from here. Are yes or no? Okay, chalo, इसमें तो कोई confusion नहीं है ना? Okay, so this one is having an angle of how much? 45 degree. Then this one velocity 10. So this one is also moving with 10 meter per second. 10 root 2. Okay, 10 root 2 meter per second. So this one is moving with 10 root 2 meter per second, making an angle 45 degree, and this one is moving towards what? East with what? 10 meter per second. So this is the proper representation. Okay. Now, so if I want to write VA, and VA can be written as, can I write 10 I cap? Yes or no? Similarly, if I want to write VB, then I will be writing over here VB's component in this direction 10 and in this direction also 10. Why? Because 45 degree root to get cancelled. So VB is nothing but can I write minus of 10 I cap plus of 10 J cap? ये कौन लिखे कर? Okay, very good. So if I want to write VAB, that means B will be the observer, that is VA minus of VB, and this can be written as 10 I cap minus of minus 10 I cap plus of 10 J cap. Are yes or no? Or this VAB can be represented as 20 I cap minus of 10 J cap. Are yes or no? So according to B, A is moving in which direction? X is positive, Y is negative. That means according to B, it is moving somewhere like this. Are yes or no? So VAB is in this direction. Okay, let us calculate the magnitude also. To calculate the magnitude, so VAB is nothing but under the root of 20 square, that is 400 plus of this 100, 500, and that becomes 10 root 5 meter per second. Similarly, we can calculate also angle. So tan of alpha is equals to Vy upon what? Vx, or alpha is equals to tan inverse of kitna hai? 1/2. Okay. So minus 10 upon 20, that is what? Alpha is equals to tan inverse of minus 1/2. Are yes or no? Okay. So angle किधर represent करो? Here minus 1/2. Here. Okay. So here the tan is 1/2. Okay. आ गया ना समझ में? So let us move to our real topic now. Shall I? Okay. Now put the hash like this. Very important topic from here. Okay, we will discuss 4 or 5 different types. Okay, now write the heading. Question will be asked like this. Find the minimum distance of separation or this can be asked as approach. Okay, now how they frame the question, let us try to understand this. Consider a body is moving in this direction, body A, isko maan lo A. So A is moving in this direction, and A is moving in this direction. Let's say velocity will be 10. ले लो 10 ले लो. So VA is in this direction by 10 meter per second. नहीं 10 नहीं, इसको करो 40 ले लो, 40 meter per second. So VA is moving in this direction. What is that direction? East, na? Okay. Similarly, one more body is here, somewhere here, and the name of the body is body B, and the initial distance between body A and body B, when they are at t is equals to 0, they are considered they are at rest. Okay, and they are separated by a distance, let's say 800 meters. So what is the distance between these two? 800 meters. Now, what happened is, body B started to move in this direction, and let's say 40 meter per second. Okay, body A is moving in this direction by 40 meter per second. That means, can I write like this? VA is having a value that is what, 40 I cap. Yes or no? Positive x-axis. Similarly, for VB is also moving in this direction, in the downward direction, by what? 40 meter per second. So then VB can be written as minus of 40 meter per second. Okay. Question is, find out the minimum distance of approach. Minimum distance of approach. Minimum distance can be calculated between 2 points is what? Perpendicular line. Yes or no? For example, here is one object and one body is moving in this direction. Which is the shortest distance? Drawing a perpendicular line will be the shortest distance, like this. Are yes or no? This one is shorter or this one is shorter? Perpendicular line will be represented as the shortest distance between that. Are yes or no? Same thing we will be applying here. Okay, to apply that, one body is moving in this direction, other body is going in the downward direction, and this one is having a velocity minus 40 meter per second, and this one is having a value 40 meter. Yes or no? Both are moving with same velocity. If I want to calculate the relative velocity between these two, then I will be writing relative velocity of, let's say B is the observer. You can take any, either you can take A as the observer, or either you can take B as the observer. So whoever you are taking the observer, that should be considered as what? Rest. Okay, very good. So VA minus of VB, then this can be written as 40 I cap plus of 40 J cap. Plus ho gaya. Are yes or no? That one is with negative, and for one is negative, it becomes what? Positive. Now if I want to represent the direction, where it is been moving according to B, then where should I draw that? Both are moving in positive. Then, for example, B is going in the downward direction, so VB. A is going in this direction, VA. Both are moving with minus 40 meter per second in this direction, and this one is having what? 40 meter per second. So according to B, VAB na. So according to B, we should be considering first thing B at rest. So B is here only. B is there only. Rest means it should be there only. And A will be moving in what form? 40 I cap and 40 J cap. Both are what? Coordinate positive. That means according to B, A is moving in this direction. So this is your VAB. In reality, A is moving here. B is moving in this downward direction. Relative velocity is VAB. If I keep the concept of what? Relative velocity, B should be considered as what? At rest. If I consider B at rest, then according to B, A is moving in this direction. Then this is the shortest distance between them. Are yes or no? Okay, very good. Now before that, let us substitute the values also. So according to B, This is the relative velocity VAB, and we can calculate the relative velocity value also. So VAB's magnitude is nothing but, can I say 40 root 2 meter per second? Yes, okay. So 40 root 2 is going in this direction. Are yes or no? What is the separation, initial separation? 800 meters. Now, this is, let's say this part is what? D. D is the minimum distance. So this is what, here is what B, and at this point, let's say A is here. Are yes or no? A is moving in this direction. So can we calculate the values? But to calculate the values, we need angle also. How to get the angle? That is by tan alpha. So tan alpha is nothing but what? Vy upon Vx. Yes or no? And this is nothing but, can I say 1? Are yes or no? So can I say that it is making an angle 45 degree here? Are yes or no? So this is the 45 degree. If this is 45 degree, total angle is what? 90. Then this also becomes what? 45 degree. In this triangle, can I say this is the 90 degree, and obviously this becomes what? Hypotenuse. Then I want to calculate D. Then how to calculate D? So D can be written as 800 sine of 45 degree. Sine to le lo, cos to le lo. 45 means both will be having same value. So D is nothing but 800 upon root 2, or this can be written as 400 root 2 meters. Are yes or no? If this distance D is 45 degree and this angle is 45, obviously this also 45 degree, then from here to here again it will be having the same value, that is what? 400 root 2. Are yes or no? This 400 root 2 distance is being traveled with what velocity? 40 root 2. Are yes or no? Do we have the relative velocity? Do we have the relative distance? Yes. Then can we calculate the relative time? Then T is nothing but distance upon time, and distance is what? Distance upon velocity, that is what? VAB. So T is equals to 400 root 2 upon 40 root 2. Then can I say the 1/10? So time is what? 10 seconds. Are yes or no? हाँ, अभी पूछो क्या क्या समझ में नहीं आया. Relative velocity इसीलिए लिए, we have taken the relative velocity. Why? Because in reality body A is not traveling with this speed or this velocity. Body A is traveling with 40. Body B is also traveling with 40. But for B, it looks like body A is traveling with 40 root 2 meter per second in this direction. आ गया? Okay. Second thing, how much distance it traveled? This is the distance traveled. This is the distance traveled with this velocity. So definitely we will be getting the time. Are yes or no? And this time is frame dependent? No, na? Okay. Right on. Okay. Shall I move to next level? एक और कराऊं? Okay. ठीक है, चलो. Example number 2 on this one. Consider कर लो, एक concept अच्छा हो जाएगा. Let's say this is B. तुम A B किसी को भी ले लो यार, तुम्हारा मर्जी. So one body is moving in the downward direction. Let's say this one is having a velocity 30 meter per second, and here is one more body, that is what? A, and A is moving in this direction, and 40 meter per second. This body is moving in this direction by 40. B is moving in the downward direction by 30 meter per second. Let's say the separation between these two from here to here, the distance is given, and the distance is what? 800 meters. Calculate the minimum distance and at what time will be the minimum distance occurred. Okay, चलो करो. चलो, सब लोग वही गलती कर रहे हैं, मेरे को पता है. बेटा डी से टाइम नहीं निकाला जाता. सुनो इधर. ओके, चलाए. इन दैट केस बोथ आर 40-40 ना बेटा, सिमेट्री आया था, इसीलिए वो डी निकलो ये डी लिखो, एक ही बात है। चलो अभी देखते हैं, चलें? ओके, now listen to me. So this one is having a velocity VA and sorry VA is here, so VA is equals to, can I write 40 I cap, and VB can be written as minus of 30, and this is what J cap. Are yes or no? Okay, so if I want to write the relative, so VAB is nothing but VA minus of VB, and this can be written as 40 I cap plus of 30 J cap. Correct hai kya? Now this is the relative velocity what we got. Now the thing is where it is moving, diagram bana lenge. So B is here, VAB means B is at rest, A is going in this direction, and this is your relative velocity. In reality A is going in this direction. Or yes or no? This is what relative velocity. It says that B is saying that A is not going in this direction, A is going in this direction. Let us calculate the angle. Angle bhi chahiye na. But we know that this is the perpendicular distance, and this perpendicular distance is nothing but our answer. Yes or no? Okay. So what is the separation from here to here? 800 meter. Or yes or no? If that is the 800 meter, and VAB velocity देखो कितना आएगा, magnitude. So VAB is nothing but under the root of 40 square plus of 30 square, and that becomes 1600, 900, 2500. So 2500 means 50. So VAB is nothing but 50 meter per second. So according to B, A is moving with what? 50 meter per second. Okay, now we have velocity. Or yes or no? So can I say this is having a value 50, and this one is having a value, this one is moving with 40 meter per second, this one is moving with what? 50 meter per second. Can we calculate this angle? Yes or no? Angle बोलो कितना होगा? ये तो 90 डिग्री होगा ना ऐसे. This one will become what? 90 degree. This one is 4, this one is 5. तो ये क्या होगा? 4/5, 53. So this becomes what? 53 degree. Yes or no? Or yes or no? If that one is 50 degree, shameless creature 37 होगा. So this one becomes what? 37 degree. And if this one is 37, obviously this becomes what? 53 degrees. देख लो, triangle याद करो. So triangle says that for chinna one chinna angle, pedda one pedda angle, this one is 37. Obviously this becomes free. If this one is 53 degree, this becomes 4. 5 is here. Opposite to chinna angle, small side. Slightly bigger angle, bigger side. Biggest angle, biggest side. और yes or no? Okay. तो ये कितना होगा? तो ये होगा 3, ये होगा 4, ये होगा 5 hypotenuse. Yes or no? If this one is 53, I want to calculate this D, then I will be writing what? D is nothing but 800 sine of 53. बराबर बोला क्या? Sine is what? Opposite upon hypotenuse. Okay, very good. So D is what? Sine 53 is what? 4/5. That means, can I write 800 into 4 upon this 5? 5 ones are 60. That means D is 16 4 64. That means 640 meter. ये D जो तुमने निकाला है ना बेटा, सबका आ गया ना? D is 640. सभी का आया था? ओके. सो D तो 640 आया. टाइम पीरियड कहाँ से निकालना है? हाउ मच डिस्टेंस बॉडी रिलेटिवली ट्रैवल्ड? दिस इज द डिस्टेंस. यहां से यहां ट्रैवल किया बेटा, ये डिस्टेंस अपॉन ये वेलोसिटी. दिस डिस्टेंस फ्रॉम हियर टू हियर डिस्टेंस अपॉन दिस वेलोसिटी, नॉट दिस डिस्टेंस. I got my point. In last example, I calculated this and substituted directly velocity because we are having a 45 degree here. So whatever the side over here is, that one is also equal to here. I got my point. So here now it is making an angle 53. This is 640. You have to calculate this one. Or yes or no? Then calculating by what? Cos 53. So I want to calculate, let's say this side is what? X from year to year. So can I say that X is nothing but 800 cos of 53, then X is nothing but cos 53 is 3 by 5. Okay, so 800 and 3 by 5, this again become 160. So 16 3 48 480. तो ये x कितना मिला बेटा? 480 meters. You have to use this distance and that velocity. Okay, so calculating the time period, then time period is nothing but what? Time period is nothing but what? Distance, that is what? X upon this 50 VAB, and x is how much? 480 upon 50, 9.6. Okay, so t is what? 9.6 seconds. ये वाला correct है time. तुमको कितना है? 12 seconds. Okay, 12 seconds तो ये वाला लिया होगा तुमने, 12 point something. Okay, so whatever you have chose this value, this is a wrong value. You should not use this value. This is the minimum distance of approach. To calculate time, how much it traveled relatively and with what relative velocity. So we will be getting what? Relative time. इसको डॉट प्रोडक्ट से करना है, उससे भी करो. ओके नो ना? ओके राइट ऑन. तुम टाइम पास करवा लो बेटा. ठीक है, एक और क्वेश्चन सुनो अभी, एंड दिस वन विल बी द लास्ट ऑन दिस टॉपिक. ओके, एंड consider object A is going in this direction, और B कुछ भी नाम दे दो इसको, मैं दूंगा B, and it is moving with 10 meter per second in this direction. And let's say again they are having a separation that is what? 800 meter, and here is body A, and body A is going with angle 53 degree. 10 है ना उधर, 30, हाँ चलो 53 degree, and it is making and moving with velocity 50 meter per second. Same question, find out the minimum distance of separation and the time period at what will be the minimum separation. Okay, चलो आ गया सभी का. Okay, so this becomes what? 50 cos of 53, and cos of 53 is how much? 3 by 5. 3 by 5 means 10. This becomes what? 30 I cap, and in this direction this becomes what? 40 j cap, and this is our values of VA, and VB is having a value. VB is nothing but minus of 10 j I cap, and VA is having a value that is what? 30 I cap plus of 40 j cap. ये सभी को लिखना आया ना? अभी भी कुछ नहीं कर सकता नहीं आया वालों का. Okay, and relative velocity of A with respect to B can be written as 40 I cap plus of 40 j cap. Can I write like this? Oh, minus of minus plus हो जाएगा ना? अरे yes or no? So according to B, let me draw the diagram. According to B, if B is at rest, and this one is having a distance of how much? 800 meter. According to B, this one is moving in this direction. Angle सबका कितना है? Very good. So this one can 45 degree. ये दोनों जैसे ही सेम दिखेंगे ना, एंगल उतना ही 45 आएगा. Okay. So this one is 45. Obviously this becomes 45. This one will be the D value, and calculating D, and this D becomes what? 800 sine of 45 degree. तो ले लो cos of 45 degree. Whatever you want to write, you can. So D is equals to what? 845, that means 400 root 2. Velocity, relative velocity कितना आएगा? 40 root 2. अरे yes or no? So substituting in that, I will be getting what value? That is time is equals to 10 seconds. Correct आया? ये सेम हो जाएगा ना बेटा? 45 है तो ये वाला और ये वाला दोनों सेम हो जाएंगे. अरे yes or no? Okay. Now we will start relative in 2D in reality view in projectile. Write the heading. Relative in projectile. लिख लिया. टाइम पीरियड इसका 10 सेकंड आ गया ना. ओके, So time period is nothing but relative distance is how much? 400 root 2 upon relative velocity is 40 root 2. This one is 1. This one is what? 10. Time period is equals to how much? 10 seconds. Okay. Chalo.